Hi guys, welcome to Popcorn and Gore Gothic Grindhouse. I'll be doing a little review of some of my features that I was watching throughout the week, and I just want to share some 70s horror films with y'all guys with my watch list. Don't forget, guys, if you like what I do, click that like button and subscribe. This is just going to be a short tutorial. This is going to be shelf number 6 that I'm working on right now. Just already organized it already. But I decided to just take out a few because I was just watching these films right here. So I just want to kind of go over them briefly with y'all guys, some of my favorite watch lists, and we get into some of my cult slashers and horror flicks that I do have that I was predominantly watching all this week. Thank y'all guys for on the last video I was watching of my 42nd Street Grindhouse. If you haven't seen that, guys, check it out on my channel. Thank y'all guys for checking me out. For all my new subscribers, thank y'all for subscribing. And let's get right into it. So we'll just be reviewing some of these features that I did already, pretty watched already. And I just want to share with y'all guys. So I'm going to briefly go through some of the 70s. I believe some goes to the 80s, and some maybe early 2000, I believe. So, but mainly it's going to be just the 70s type of horror. Sort of sleazy trash, if you will. Some from various boutique labels, Severin, and Vinegar Syndrome, and Earl Video, and just about all of them from several boutique labels. So I just want to kind of go over some of them. So let's get right into it, guys. Also, guys, I did end up organizing my VHS collection. That's what some of y'all guys, a few titles that I already had pretty much organized. It's pretty much got everything all set up on this particular new shelf. And I was predominantly working on this particular new shelf. Came out pretty good for the way I organized them. Nice, good classics. Just want to show off a few of them. Some nice VHS collection. I did a review too on The Wizard of Oz. I told y'all guys this is the only one that survived, and this is the number that it was, 132. So this is the only one that predominantly survived out of my VHS collection that I did have. It's in pristine condition too also, but that's the only one that survived out of my collection from the early 90s. So just wanted to highlight that, show y'all guys. So I had finally organized them. Got everything all put away for my VHS collection show. Looking pretty good. All right, guys, so let's get into the review. All right, guys, so first up, it's a movie called Terror. Came out in 1979. This movie is like the ultimate, and it's also put out through Vinegar Syndrome too also. And this is a combo pack with reversible cover. It's pretty badass. One of the ultimate films. This is what it looks like. And so we have the DVD, then we have the Blu-ray, and this is the reversible artwork. That's what it looks like. This is one of my favorites right here. The movie Terror. What happened was that they decided to resurrect a curse from a long time ago, and the girl Anne ended up being possessed and taking a toll on her body, and she ended up resurrecting or sort of awakening the spirits from before. It's a beautifully done movie. It's one of my favorites, so I just wanted to do a quick tutorial on it. One Step Beyond Horror, Terror. It says you feel evil all around you, then that's Terror. Special features also rocks too. Also has tons of features on it, where as though they newly restored and restoration from the film from a 35 millimeter original. The guy Kevin J. Warren was the director of this. Of course, he directed a lot of good movies, but this is by far one of my favorites that he predominantly did. Apologize about the glare, guys. It's a little bit off on it, but yeah, movie Terror, One Step Beyond Horror. It's my favorite watch list. All right, so next up we have Slithers, which is one of my favorites too also. And I had it as a double feature because these two was a double feature. Y'all know I like double features here in my video room. And I had tons of stuff that was going on in here. Some of the features that I was really watching, stuff from the early 30s and 40s and 50s. I believe last week I had Greta Garbo, which rode. I had her playing throughout the whole, I think it was Friday and Saturday she had played at my little Midnight Driving. Guys, if y'all on Facebook, check me out at Turf in the Basement. And Midnight Driving, y'all see all of what I'm talking about because I actually post there. I decided to just do a video, a quick video, let y'all guys know what I'm predominantly doing on here. So I thank y'all guys for subscribing and watching what I do. But Terror, guys, I can't not talk so much about this film. I mean, this film is just one of the ultimate films, and I'm pleased to have it in my collection, especially for it to be a combo pack. It's kind of like outrageous because this thing really does rock, and I love 70s horror stuff because that's why I decided to do these as a double feature, because it was the total ultimate package just to do that, and to have it as a double feature was just ultimate for me. And Slip This totally rocks because it reminds me of the Deadly Spawn, and it just was like totally badass. So we bring up the next two features. So what I do is I leave them all there. Just go over them as I bring them up. All right, so we have Night of the Lepus. Stuart Whitman and Janet Leigh plays in this too also. Giant killer robot rabbits that was going around infesting the town. And beautifully done by Archive Collection, Warner Brothers. It's one of another nice badass features. All right, so next up we have Cannibal Girls, which is my favorite, starring the talented Gene Levy and Andrea Martin. Special features rocks, of course, and I like the cast, and I pretty much like the whole damn movie. I mean, it was just totally badass, and it is also reversible because I have reversed the cover art work on this. And so all this is 70s stuff, so we're just doing the 70s horror for right now. And this is the fold-out card of the Cannibal Girls. I like the embossed color and their little retro style, the way they had it going on. And this is the reversible side. Sorry about the glare, guys, but I had said before the reason why I switched to this side is because the disc is that color, and this is the opposite side of it. This is what it looks like before I had reversed it. It's like totally badass. And then as you can see, the disc is black and white with the retro. That's why I decided to do that like that, because it matched the actual disc. So yeah, so Cannibal Girls. One of my favorites. So I'll bring them out one by one to do a nice good review on them. And so guys, this is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Everybody knows I reversed this artwork. If you watched my last video, I reversed this artwork because I like the shot of that ass. This is pretty much a low angle shot that I pretty much like. And this is nothing special to it. It's just the main cover. I had turned it around. Now this is not reversible now, so I just decided to just turn it around. This is what it looks like on the opposite side of it before I had turned it around. So that's what it looks like. So I had moved it around. There's Leatherface in the front. That's a 40th anniversary edition. It's done by Blue Sky. Dark Sky Films. So if we're done. All right, so next up we have Deranged, which is another one of my favorites. Played by the talented and gory Tile skill of Robert Blossom, who plays the character as Ed Gein. If y'all remember the old Ed Gein story about the cannibal who predominantly killed his family. And they made a story out of it. Still to this day, this is the closest film to that depiction of Ed Gein's story. And as you can see, there's Robert Blossom there. He's taking care of his mom, who passed away, and he ended up digging her back up and then bringing her back in the house again. I like the screenplay too. Also, it says sometimes you don't want to believe what you see. Just like on Cannibal Girls, they had a warning bell installed, and if you were scared to see such fright, that they had a warning bell installed. So when the bell rings, it lets you know when to turn and look away, so that way you wouldn't see such a fright. And if you were scared, you could go to the Cowboys Corner and get your money back. Almost like how it was with Herschel Gordon Lewis, where when you would go to see Bliffies or Wizard of Gore, if you're scared to see it, you can go back to the ticket booth and get a refund because you were too scared to see it. But the only thing about it is that when you show up at the ticket booth, everybody would know when you're over there that you're scared to see the film, because there was a certain section where you can go. They call it the Cowboys Corner, where if you were too scared to see the film, you would go there and get a ticket to get the hell out of that bitch if you were so fucking scared. This film here totally rocks. And it's not a combo pack or a reversible artwork by K&L Studios, but it definitely does rock. And Robert Blossom plays a good character. Like I said, he was one of my favorites when it comes to cannibal slashers. So I totally enjoyed this film. Pretty Sally Mae died a unnatural death. And it says, but the worst has yet to happen. And I like how the trailer starts. When the trailer comes on to us, it says, this is where the worst begins. This is where we must stop. For the work beyond this, it's death. Death. The insane murder. I mean, the trailer really boasts it up too. So I can imagine if you was just seeing this for the first time, you'd be like, I'm not going to see this shit. You're like, what the hell? This trailer really scares the shit out of you. And then it's crazy because it does really author what it said it's going to do. Like I said, Robert Blossom plays the character as Ed Gein, and it's totally rock. Special features does do this movie justice too also. Like I said, it came out in 1974. Now, all these films were 70s films, so this is why I'm bringing it out, guys. So this is my 70s tribute to sub-gory horror and cult horror slasher, if you will. Don't forget, guys, click that like button and subscribe if you like what I do. I just want to come at y'all guys with a quick movie watch list that I did already have for some of the features that I already had rolling, which were double features and triple features. Y'all know I like double and triple features here in my movie vault room. And I finally got, like I said, I got the VHS copies already lined up on my shelf and got everything all pretty much worked up. So we're moving on to the next double feature, which will be a double combo pack. Don't Open the Door and Don't Look in the Basement, from the cult director S.F. Brownrigg, who is another one of my favorite directors too also. It's only a movie. They both by the same makers of Last House on the Left. And it's totally badass too also. Of course, you know this is put out through MVD Visual. Let's take a look inside. And this is a combo pack reversible. So I had left it the way how it was already. This is the DVD. This is the Blu-ray. Let's just show y'all guys what the opposite combo pack looks like. Oh, they had the Grindhouse double feature poster bill on the inside. So, you know, because it's a double feature. So normally when you have a double feature, you will have mostly the posters for the double features on the front cover. I would love to see this with a steelbook review on this one, or kit or featured kit on this particular one. And also with the range too, also I would love to see this in the steelbook. I would love to see Cannibal Girls also in the steelbook, and definitely Terror in a steelbook. But we have Brownrigg's double feature, Don't Look in the Basement and Don't Open the Door. Special features, definitely Dust Rocks. Two Doors, I Dare You to Open. Grindhouse double feature. Pretty badass. All right, so next up we have Phantasm. Of course, I made my own jacket up because it's not on the Blu-ray like this. So what I did is I just ordered a Blu-ray jacket, and I put I cut the cover down because this was a DVD cover, and I put all 5 of Phantasms inside of this one thing, so that way I have all my Phantasms all in one. So the first one that had rolled was 1979 version, which was the first Phantasm, and then we went to Phantasm 2, then Phantasm 3. So you can't say 70s without throwing in Phantasm. Normally, I would have Texas Chainsaw Massacre and The Last House on the Left as my 70s, but I had rolled that last time. So this is mostly my slasher portion, because mostly I keep The Last House on the Left in my sex exploitation side. So this is more the cult horror side. So there we have Phantasm, the 5-movie collection. All right, so next up, we're going to step a little bit into the 80s now. So we have The Children. This is also a combo pack, reversible artwork. So we have the DVD, and we have the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray jacket looks, the Blu-ray side also looks the same well as this, the way how you see this on that side. They had this one on that side. I had said it in my last review that when you change the reversible cover, it matches the disc. So this is what the one I chose. So this is why you see it on the front cover. And then last time I had it on this side, which was the cover for that. So it looks exactly like the disc. I will be ordering the poster too for this too also. And I have that on the wall. Special features does rocks. It's totally badass. Awesome. Vinegar Syndrome. And yeah, The Children. So you can't have it without that. So this is the 80s. So we coming from out of the 70s into the 80s. So guys, if y'all guys keep up, because I know how y'all guys are like, oh, that's not 80s. But guys, I'm all over the place in here watching these movies. Don't forget, guys, click that like button and subscribe if you like what I do. And thank y'all for all my new subscribers who are also checking me out and watching predominantly what I do. So this will be my special features review of what I'm watching as far as my slasher cult horror section. And I just pulled a few out from the 70s, and then we're going a little bit into the 80s. Not too far in the 80s, but just a little bit in the 80s, because I mostly like 70s stuff. So we have The Children. So we're starting to get a little collection going on here. All right, so moving up, because always with The Children, I always have Bloody Birthday, beautifully done by Earl. Apologize about the glare. So this will be another one. This is not a reversible. I mean, it is a reversible, I'm sorry. But it's not a combo pack is what I meant to say. So this is not a combo pack, but it does have reversible artwork, and this is what the artwork looks like on the reverse side. So I decided to just leave it back on the side. I predominantly had it on for the reversible cover because I pretty much like the way it was with the birthday cake and the teddy bear with the Earl and the eyes. It's pretty cool the way I left that. So I always have these two as a double feature in my lab with The Children and Bloody Birthday. All right, so next up, The House on Tombstone Hill, which is another one of my favorites. Special features also does rocks, as well as the special features for both of these two features too also. But we have The House on Tombstone Hill, aka Dead Dudes in the House. So this is what this looks like. So this is the DVD and this is the Blu-ray. And this is Dead Dudes in the House. He said it's going to hurt you real, real bad, and you're going to feel it. You better get out now. This was crazy, because I don't know which one of these guys plays the old lady, but it pretty much rocked. And it reminded me of this one film, Flesh for the Beast, which also is going to be another one. I have that on a different note, but this one I just wanted to play just with the watch wheel of what I was predominantly watching for this entire wheel. Guys, I really got into it, especially after Cannibal Girls, and then Terror was really the one that started off. So it went first from Terror, then into Cannibal Girls, then into Deranged, and then we went into Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Then we went from Slithers to Night of the Lepus. Then we did Double Terror, Don't Look in the Basement, and Don't Open the Door. Then we went from there to the children. We went to Phantasm. Then we went to the children. Then Bloody Birthday. And then we are the house on Tombstone Hill. Special features, like I said, does rocks. I love the cast. I love the whole movie. Just about everything about it. So I'm just showing off my favorites of what I was pretty much watching on this particular wheel. All right, so next up, guys, we have Slumber Party Massacre 1. I also do have Sorority House Massacre and Slumber Party Massacre 2. But for me, the Slumber Party Massacre 1 was always my go-to. Even though this is 80s, we're going into just not too far, but we're going a little bit into the 80s because Slumber Party Massacre does rock. Russ Doyle as a character really was badass. I like the way how the music was always rolling on every time something happened. That music was just got me. And I remember growing up in the 80s and watching this film. I saw this out like these kids are running back and forth from room to room, and they're getting killed like hell. And Russ Doyle was just coming out of nowhere on him every 5 minutes. He would just show up. And my favorite, I guess, scene was the one when she was walking past the telephone, going back to a telephone truck after she was talking to the two guys who was trying to holler at her. And the door opens and he grabs her and puts her inside of her own telephone truck. And he's in there trying to choke her in the telephone truck. And the truck is just rocking back and forth. And these guys don't even know what happened just that quick. And yeah, Russ Doyle was a motherfucker. And I tell you, he was badass. So what happened is that it became a double pack. So I ended up having these two as a combo pack. So I ended up doing the House on Tombstone Hill and Slumber Party Massacre as a double feature. All right, so guys, so next up, we have Sleepaway Camp combo pack, and this is a collector's edition. Special features does rock. I'm a huge fan of this movie, and this is the combo pack. Everybody pretty much grew up watching this. Help me down from here, girl. I make your hot ice cream sundae. And when that pot, which was a giant, and everybody, I mean, my friends, we were still laughing to this day because we kept saying, why was the pot so big like that? Like, what the fuck? And you can imagine all that hot ass water on your ass, and he was just screaming. And then God says, well, Jesus, he must be in pain. The pain must be incredible. And he's in there screaming his ass off, all this hot ass water on his ass. And he says he always thought that Artie had the devil in him. And it was crazy as hell. It was crazy as hell. So yeah, that was the total badass. And yeah, Felicia Rose, she definitely does rock. I wish I could have seen her at Comic-Con if I'd have went to there to check her out. And then I think she was at some of the sites too, also where you could check her out for Cinema Wasteland. I didn't get a chance to check her out, but if I did get a chance to go there, I just hope she was there, be there. So maybe I can get her to sign this. That'll be pretty much, and get her to sign it somewhere up in this area. But yeah, this is the combo pack, guys. We got the DVD, we got the Blu-ray side, and it's reversible artwork on the inside. And I like it the way with the little notebook, because I thought it was pretty badass the way it was with the little tennis shoe and all that kind of good stuff. Sleepaway Camp was the ultimate. Like I said, we ended up growing up watching this. And then when I first saw it, it was totally crazy and badass. Yes, I do also have guys, this other movie too also that came out. I'm trying to remember, because it's almost like Sleepaway Camp. It was almost like a Sleepaway Camp ripoff, but I'm trying to remember the name of that. But I also do have that on my hard drive, so it'll come to me in a minute if I do remember it. But yeah. So yeah, Sleepaway Camp. So collector's edition. The Scream Factory. Totally badass. All right, guys. So next up, we have Children of the Corn. Now, I have all the Children of the Corn inside here. Even though this is the first Children of the Corn, but I used to use this because it's kind of thick. So I decided to put all the Children of the Corn inside of here. So this is the first Children of the Corn, beautifully done by Earl Video. So what I did is I put all the Children of the Corn inside here, so that way all I have to do is just watch this. So when I want to watch Children of the Corn, I can just open this up and then watch the entire Children of the Corn. So this is what I have for all the Children of the Corn inside: 666, Fields of Terror, The Harvest, The Gathering, and all of them are inside. And that's the main one that comes in here, the Blu-ray that comes with that. And this is also reversible artwork. So let me show you guys what the reversible artwork looks like. So that's what it looks like. Apologize about the glare, guys, but it looks original. Original artwork. That's what it looks like. So I just wanted to create a whole another Children of Corn, so that's what's in here. So if you guys can pause it, you guys can take a look at what's in here too also. That's the Gathering. So you have the Harvest, you have Fields of Terror, and you have 666. And you also have Isaac's Return too also in here. So you just have that entire Children of the Corn package, all in one Children of the Corn case. And it's thick enough to house all of the Children of the Corn inside of one. This is why I like the way it looks. It closes pretty nicely. Yep, Children of the Corn. I mean, everybody kind of grew up watching this too also. And it was just the ultimate Stephen King adventure in horror, cult horror. All right, so next up, we had a little bit of fun with this one. So we have Killer Clowns from Outer Space, which is my favorite too also. I also do have the Dilly Spawn and all that kind of good stuff, but this is just what I was watching on the watch list wheel. As you can see, the wheel is getting a little bit larger. So guys, click that like button and subscribe if you like what I do. And this is my watch list that I've been watching predominantly when I wasn't doing any reviews or moving things around. So in here, I was kind of like moving things around. Just showed y'all guys earlier how I organized the DVDs. I mean, the Blu-rays and earlier. And then I just showed y'all guys 3 minutes ago how all the VHS were lined up and all that kind of good stuff. So now I was working on that second shelf, getting that already installed up. There's a Western part on that shelf. There's a classic shows, TV shows from, the early years. And then on the shelf from that, we have action and I think it's action and adventure. And then up from that, we have classic horror and slasher horror, which is the section we're on now. And then up from that, we have classic horror, which is with Bela Lugosi and all the kind of classic horror like that. So this makes up the slashers section. So this will be shelf 2. All these are from shelf 2. So we have Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I don't believe this is a reversible artwork. I don't think so. And this is not a combo pack. But yeah, it's beautifully done. I love Killer Clowns. I kind of missed it when I wanted to get a hold of the special edition Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I still kind of want to get that. And then that way I have it. Because it's a real nice thing. It comes with the booklet and everything. And yeah, so I need to get that steelbook. If I can get the steelbook. But yeah, so from what I've seen so far, it's kind of like hard to get. And it is not cheap too also. So I think it was like really up there. But yeah, I was like, wow, I missed it. I can't believe I missed that. Because I'm a huge fan of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So that predominantly rode. Alright guys, so next up we have, last but least, we have Friday the 13th. A new beginning. Inside of here, I have all the Friday the 13th inside of here in one big package. So you have Friday the 13th 1 through 4 inside of here. So we have the first Friday the 13th, the second, the third, and the fourth Friday the 13th. So I'll tell y'all how I have it all lined up. And what I did was I made my own little collection. So what I did is I put the glasses inside of here too also. So I had two. I got these from when I went to the movies to see Freddy versus Jason. I told y'all guys a long time since I've been in the movie theater. This is why I had to create my own virtual movie theater. So y'all guys on my Facebook page, y'all guys go over to Turf from the Basement. That's my ultimate tribute to the drive-in. I set up my own page and y'all guys can check out some of the features that I do have rolling. So yeah, guys, so this is what I grabbed from out of the 3D glasses. So I put them inside of here. So inside of here, I have the glasses and I have all of the Friday the 13th inside of here. So I decided to just make a big, gigantic ass Friday the 13th package and have all of the whole entire kit of the Friday the 13th that I like. So all the rest of the ones I don't like. I don't like Jason Goes to Hell. I don't like all that shit. I just like just this collection here. This is why I did this package. So this is the farthest I go when it comes to Jason. So Friday the 13th. I like how it says a new beginning on it because it is a new beginning of all of the fucking Friday the 13th that was the hell on here. And I thought that was pretty much badass. So yeah, guys, so this is the entire wheel that went on for my entire watch list. I just want to come at y'all guys and show y'all what I was predominantly watching throughout this whole entire event. And y'all guys click that like button and subscribe if you like what I do. And there will be also more, I call them wheels, because this is one entire wheel that was rolling. I went over, like I said, a little bit over, because mostly I was trying to keep it 70s, but I went over just a little bit into the 80s because you had to add some things that had came out later on that were still staples in the slasher realm. But like I said, it was all because of this film here. So I'll bring this back out, show y'all guys what really got this wheel jumping off here. And like I said, it was because of terror. And terror was like my ultimate when it comes to this whole entire thing, and I was so pleased to actually have terror. I had this for a while, decided to just do a review on it. This is probably like my 4th or 5th review on it. Y'all guys go back on my page and check out how many times I had reviewed this film, and it was crazy because it was paired with several other films, and it just keeps coming back and coming back and coming back. The next time you probably see this again, it's going to be teamed up with Gene Roland stuff, with Shiver of a Vampire and The Blood of a Vampire, and maybe The Grapes of Death too also. And then we also had Cannibal Girls, which was also another one that kind of started this whole thing off too. So this became a massive wheel. So guys, thank y'all for checking me out. My channel here at Popcorn and Gore Grindhouse. If you like what I do, feel free to click that like button and subscribe. There's no obligation, guys. You guys I'm not forcing you to measure up all that kind of good stuff. So basically, I'm just asking y'all guys to check me out if you like what I do and you like what kind of media I do have here. And if you support media, you also would want to share and support each other. Because what I'm saying here is a lot of guys are just on here and hating on what other guys have and just watching other guys' reviews, and next thing you know, they go and do the same thing that you did. I mean, just a lot of bullshit hate stuff on this thing. That's why I don't really take the shit seriously. Like I'm like, what the fuck? I'm here for media. I'm not here for bullshit. So if you want to subscribe, subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, then take your ass somewhere else. My channel will still remain going on without that. If you guys go on my Facebook channel, it's one of the hottest channels on Facebook. And I have tons of reviews, and I have actual artists and actors and main talented people on my page. So I'm not just doing this for nothing. So I'm doing this for my love of horror and my love of media collecting, and I've been collecting since I was 16, and I have a very, very huge collection. And I have 1.5 terabytes of movies, because I also collect physical as well as movies on my hard drive, because I was collecting both ways when I first actually started. And then, like I said, a lot of my VHS collection I had lost over the years when I went to college, and when I came back I kind of lost a few, moving around and stuff like that. And I started to try to get back into it, but then decided to just slow off a little bit and just move into DVDs and Blu-ray. So what I didn't have on VHS, I got it again on DVD. So that was the best thing about it, where this media is coming out. So guys, physical media is not dying. It is not going anywhere. So I'm tired of people saying that physical media is dying and all this stuff like that. And it is not dying at all. All it is that, so if you don't go in the store and you see it in the store, it's available online, because it costs a lot to put media in the store, guys. So you guys don't understand. You have to understand what's going on when it comes to media. Like I say, DVDs still outsell Blu-ray still to this day. So if you actually got to do your history and watch what's going on, stop putting out misinformation to folks, getting folks all jammed up. Because you see these guys' thumbnails, they put on there, the death of media is going to happen. Yeah, it's only a matter of time. Then you got other folks that are going to 4K, and that's all fine and well and then. To me, Blu-ray is the best for me, so it's already pretty much clear. There's no need to get into all that, and I'm definitely not going to go over and buy all this again just because it's going to be on 4K. No thank you. So, yeah, I like my DVDs and Blu-rays and my VHS the way they are. So they're pretty much clear to me, and plus they look good on my screen. So thank y'all guys for checking me out. I know this is going to be a little ramble and gore, and I'll be able to show y'all guys how my shelves came out, and I've been organizing and getting more posters in and organizing stuff already. So tonight's feature, if you guys go on my Terror from the Basement site, if you go on my Facebook site, hit me up at Terror from the Basement. Tonight's feature is going to be the Old Dark House, and we're going to go back around again and start back over classic, the Old Dark House with House of Frankenstein. Back all over again. So we'll be going back up to the top feature folder. So I'll show y'all guys what that feature shelf is already put together. I'll give y'all guys a look at what's going on with that. So guys, this is that shelf that I was telling you about that I already put together. It contains a lot of good stuff up here. We got Dark Shadows along with Gene Rowland stuff on this particular side. We got Bela Lugosi and all the classic Universal Monsters and Grindhouse double feature collections. And this is going to be rolling tonight. The Old Dark House is going to be rolling tonight along with, and this is also a combo pack too, also Region 2. So yeah, I got this is what's going to be rolling tonight. So I just want to come at y'all guys with a little bit of a tutorial of what's going on and how I got my shelves all arranged. And appreciate all my new subscribers and guys for checking me out. So thank y'all guys for joining me and getting all set up and everything. So guys, this is that shelf that I just picked from, where I showed y'all guys everything that was already organized already. So I pretty much got some new things already in just to get the shelf already organized and all. And I'll be going down to the second shelf afterwards. But this is the particular shelf. And this is the shelf that was already set up already. So we have Dark Shadows and everything all behind here. We have Addams Family Values along with some Gene Rowland stuff. Mary Shelley's Frankensteins. I'm a huge fan of Dark Shadows. I have all the Dark Shadows collection too also. Well, the ones that I like anyway. Collections from the old Dark House all the way, from the old house, Collingwood, all the way up till collection 24. So I have a lot of that going on up here. We have classic Universal Monsters, of course. And then also I'm a huge fan of Barbara Steele. And we have some Al Adamson stuff. Not Al Adamson, but we have some Tevi Michael stuff up here, along with Barbara Steele. I'm a huge fan of Barbara Steele. And Gore House Classics, along with some Mill Creek Entertainment type stuff going on. And back here, we have some of the Mill Creek 50 packs on that particular side. And the shelf looks pretty badass. So yeah, guys, this is what I was digging from. So this will be all of the shelf what I was totally digging out of. Let's see if we can get a shot. It's totally badass on this particular one. So we went through all this media, guys, that was already in here. So now I have to put everything all back in this particular section the way it was going on. So basically this stuff over here makes up some of my boutique labels all behind here. Earl's, Severin, MVD, just about everything's kind of back here. And I'll be getting into some more of that code horror too, also with Zombie, Burial Ground. I also do have others too also behind here. We have some titles that are already there too also. Tales from the Dark Side collection. We have Zombie there too also. Creepshow. We have City of the Living Dead. Anthropopithecus is back there. Grandma's House. Just about everything is back there. Creepshow. And then right behind here, we have some of those back there too also. That was the Earl section. So I had everything pretty much organized already of how I organized everything. That's a beautiful slipcover on Burial Ground. Just as well as this a beautiful cover on Zombie. The Ultimate 2-disc limited edition collection. And then I think once I started organizing them, I started moving them around and then organize them into other joiners too also. So a few features I had threw into also that was over here that I had to move around now. Those ones from there where Kill Bill goes all the way up, those two don't actually belong over here. I just set them over here so I can move them to the shelf below. Because once I get that shelf done, I'll do a review on that particular shelf. To get that done. I think everybody's going to be on that shelf from Quentin Tarantino's stuff. It's going to be all down there. It's going to be pretty badass because that's going to be mostly the action shelf. So that's where that's going at down there. So it really doesn't supposed to be up here. So I'm going to move that out and I have that stuff all set up. And this is what we took out that we did the featured show for. So it's not that bad, guys, of what I pretty much had set up. I just want to thank y'all guys for checking me out. I did add some little figurines and other stuff that I will be adding to this collection too. Also movie posters on the wall and moving some other things around with other box sets that I do got coming in. But mainly it's going to be just the classic horror stuff and stuff that's coming out on VHS. I try to get a lot of double features and combo packs. I buy a lot of those. So when they come out, I just grab them because you get the best of both worlds. You get Blu-ray and you get DVD. So that's like the best of both worlds. I kind of like to have it that way. And I kind of, guys, wish we had this back in the day where when we could get both the two media. But it was always you could either buy it this way or buy it that way. So this is why, guys, I say physical media collecting during this time is the ultimate now to actually collect, because this is the time where you can really get your collection jumping off very, very quickly. Keep in mind, a couple of years back, it was kind of hard to get certain stuff, especially Zombie. I waited a long time for Zombie because it was like a very, very, very long time. And then there was others, too, that I was waiting on for a long time, too. Phantasm, I was waiting a long time to actually get, let alone Friday the 13th on a combo pack with everything already in. So you were talking about waiting a while for these things to be released. So with all these new boutique labels now buying the rights up to all these films, they're releasing them as we're going on. This is the perfect time to collect. This is why I say that physical media is never going anywhere. Actually, no time soon. And there are others that says ever. And I kind of agree with that because, like I said, if you look at the sales and the volume of people who are making the sales happen, and it's because of us, because we're collectors. We're the ones that making it stay around because we're the collectors. And as long as we're collecting, the physical media will always have a home or a market for us to actually buy. And if you actually look at it, it's actually doing very, very well. And out, because if you don't believe me, then you go and you ask those companies. You ask Vinegar Central, you ask Severin, you ask them. They are selling out, and they are buying up rights for stuff very, very quickly and putting out a lot of good stuff, especially stuff that you haven't seen in a while. They were releasing it very quickly. So yeah, guys, this is the ultimate time to buy physical media and get your room all set up. So guys, thank you for watching this long, lengthy live. I didn't mean to go too far with this, but I just wanted to show off what I do have as an update to the one I just posted before, my 42nd Street. Y'all guys check that out. Those my featured wheel that had rode of all of the features that we're playing on 42nd Street. Not all of them were playing. I just added some. As y'all watch the video, y'all know that I double featured things up. I paired double features in my lab, so some of the stuff was double featured up. But 60% of those ones that I did show, actually 70% of the ones I did show were on 42nd Street, from the Alto to the Riera to all the video, all the major grindhouse that were on 42nd Street. Some of the other ones that made it into the adult houses, far as the booths and stuff like that they had for as the sex exploitation, it was on my next shelf, because this is the shelf number 6. Shelf number 5 has all those on it, and they contain all the sex exploitation, all of the exploitation films from that early years of the 70s and late 60s. And I'm pleased to have them on my shelf because those were very, very difficult, hard to find, especially with stuff with Diane Thorne, and you had other stuff that was over there too also. Just a lot of good stuff. Russ Myers. I can just go on and on. That shelf really rocks, and I can't wait to show that shelf off, guys, because I do already have it together, but I'll do it on the next video. So thank y'all guys for subscribing. Thank y'all guys for watching me ramble on, because my love of movies always surpasses everything else, and this is what I've been watching, this entire wheel that I just showed y'all before. And like I said, tonight's feature will be The Old Dark House. And then we will be doing it as a double feature with House of Frankenstein. So we'll be going up to the shelf up below that, above that, which is this shelf up here. And then later on tonight, around 12 o'clock, we'll get into some Dark Shadows. Collection 25, I believe. So we'll be getting into that. And I think with that collection, Quentin Collins leaves the house. Actually, let me show you all that, what that one collection is about. No, that's not it. Move that out of the way. That would help, wouldn't it? Yep. So there we go. I apologize about the glare, guys, but trying to move around to get around from the glare. So that's what we have. So this is what we're going to, 24. Collection 24. I said 25. Sorry, 24. So this is what's going to be rolling tonight. And we're going to be going back to the year 1776 and checking out some of the old favorites that we do have for the Dark Shadows collection. And then we'll be going back to the year 1775 when Angelique exacts her curse on the house and actually turns Quentin Collins into a vampire and have him already chained up in his coffin, well, dungeon anyway, and he comes back from the Orient with all his trinkets and stuff like that, and end up David Collins and Maggie end up being possessed by Barnabas Collins. Angelique wreaks revenge on Quentin, and Beth Collins comes in to be as his wife. So they kind of went back and forwards on this particular story because Quentin had a different wife, and then he came back and wanted to exact his revenge on the house, and he wanted everybody to kind of leave the house. Roger Collins, which was the father, he had passed away, and they didn't have him anymore in the house, so it was just him and his brothers. And then they paired him up with Barnabas Collins and had him where he was in love with Beth Collins. And I believe Mrs. Johnson was the headmistress too, also, who was taking care of David before Victoria Collins had came. So, yes, it's going to be rolling tonight, Collection 24. And then we also have this one, which is going to be rolling next to also, Collection 23. You have to roll these two together, and the reason why is because Carolyn Stoddard has passed away, and the house ended up in ruins. Well, the mansion ended up in ruins, and the only side was actually functional was the west side of the mansion, and Julia had to go back to the year 1895 to find out why Carolyn Stoddard, which you see her right here, who kind of went insane. It was crazy because first Quentin went insane, and they both was in the West Wing, both together. And they remember when the house was a normal house, when they all lived together as a family. But due to the fact that Gerard Stiles had came and possessed the house, they wanted to have help by other external means. And this is where Julia shines, because she comes back and helps try to see if she can contact Quentin Collins from the dead. And as you can see, there's a nice good shot of Quentin there. And just a little bit short of a story right there between the 1840 and 1740. And as you can see, this episode's 1011 and 2 to 1142. And it's September the 15th, 1970 to November the 10th, 1970. So that's how long that series went, this collection went, and when it was filmed. So that's why I always roll those two together. So that was going to be tonight's feature, guys, collection 23 and 24. Actually, I'm supposed to have this one right here. So those 23 and 24. So let me move this over here. So that goes collection 23 and collection 24. And I also do have the whole entire collection on my hard drive too also, because when I'm out, I like to bring the whole entire collection. So I have movies 24 hours a day. I got a 256 gigabyte flash drive that I bring all my media on. And when I'm doing my media, wherever I go, I have movies. So, yeah. And then I have a tablet with movies on it too also. So I actually move my movies around, so flash drive. So that's the beautiful thing about having a flash drive and stuff like that, where you can also move movies around, especially when it comes to my Universal stuff and my Dark Shadow stuff. I would like to have it all on my same collection. So yeah, guys, thank y'all for watching. And feel free to click that like button and subscribe. And then leave me some comments, guys, at the bottom when you think about Dark Shadows. Let me know what's your favorite collection from out of the Dark Shadows collection, and which episode that you like. And let's talk about some movies that you like when it comes to slashers. So, guys, thank you for checking me out at Popcorn and Gore Gothic Grindhouse. If you're on Facebook, check me out at Terror from the Basement. Guys, see you in the next video, and keep the projector rolling. Peace.